Well, hello, hello. You all are still here. Oh my words. Woo, buddy, buddy, buddy. Who is in the house? Let me put on my glasses so I can see. I stepped on these glasses, so I hope they're still working. The arm is a little crooked over on that side, but that's okay. Hey, who's in the house? Hi, Adele. First one in. Hello, hello. Hey, Lori, keeping up with Colorado. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hey, under the tornado. Hello, hello, hand waving. Hey, Stacy, Simply C says, hi, Carol and fellow Globies. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, too. In fact, I'm going to do a short, I always say short, but to me, a short YouTube live on Monday, New Year's Day at noon, same time as I did the Christmas one. You know, my mom used to say, however you start out the new year is how you're going to end it up. So, you know what? I want to start the new year out spending it with you all, my globies. And that's how I'll end up spending it the rest of the year. It's kind of a superstition, but she used to make sure we clean the house, got the baseboards clean. I mean, all bills are paid, everything was done so that whatever we started out with, that's how we ended up. So I try and make sure I don't have anything hanging over my head for New Year's. So hey, Nora, hello, Nora, saying hello to everyone. Bonds on a Roll is in the house too. Oh my goodness. Brenda Burner, hello, thank you. Yes, hit that thumbs up if you will. It really does help the algorithms. I have a topic I'm going to talk about today and want to get some input from you all on it. But let me finish just greeting a few more folks in here. Susan Shearer, hello, hi there. Boy, this holiday season has been very hard and lonely. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry to hear that, Susan. What made it so hard and particularly lonely for you? If you don't mind sharing, but if you do, of course, I know that sometimes that's not the easiest thing to share. But here's to 2024. Yes, here's to 2024, Susan. Let's hope that whatever challenges there were in 2023 have been resolved and you go into 2024 strong and come out strong the other end. Miss Net, hello, hello. Who else is here? Yes, Nora says, welcome, Susan, on to next year. My cart runneth over. Ooh, I like that. That's a good slogan for next year. My cart runneth over. Saying, hey, everyone. Hello, hello. Hi, Gia, I got your message. I'm going to call you. Whoo, just been busy. Those of you who've been watching know that my brother Donald and his wife, son, and daughter, the daughter came from Nashville and the rest came from North Carolina, came out to spend Christmas with me and my older brother and his wife and Jessica's brother and other family and their other grandkids and children. So every sibling that's living of mine was together for Christmas and all of our children. So it was really just a fabulous time, a really fabulous time, I have to say. But Gia, my brother just left this morning. So I wanted to spend as much time because he came down to San Diego. We went to Disneyland. Actually, we weren't able to get into Disneyland. We went to Disney World because Disneyland was booked. Now, hold on to this. At $192 per ticket, it was sold out. Do you believe that? And then they want you to buy, which I didn't, but they want you to buy this extra little called Genie, which is kind of like a fast track pace, or you can schedule your rides for $30, not $30 for your whole party, $30 per ticket. So that would be 192, 12. That would be $222 per ticket. Oh, did I mention parking is $35 or 30? I think it's $35. So that adds to 252 to at least one ticket. Then the food is pretty expensive and anything you want. I mean, Disneyland used to be something as a kid we looked forward to. Now, we were poor, so it wasn't like something we could do all the time, but my parents saved up and saved up and saved up, and we drove up there and, you know, just, but it's not something, if you have one mother, one single working mother, and one child, That's that's by time tax and everything and parking, it's over $400 just for one day. So I was like, "Oh my gosh," and there were 5 of us. So it's just crazy, crazy, crazy. But, it's a once in a lifetime experience because I doubt it will all be together to do that for Disneyland ever again. So, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Life on the road with Lily. Hello, hello. How are you, Lily? My mother's name was Lily, although it was spelled Lily. So I love that name. Hey, Priscilla writes, hello, hello. Ah, Kenneth, to Kenneth Bailey, hello. Grandpa Gordy, when are we going to see the inside of that van from your last video? The inside of which van from my last video? Explain, Grandpa Gordy. Van from my last video. My last video was the video with Terry and the video of his tour of his trailer. And I put them now you guys know I don't clickbait, but someone said I did clickbait because I said, oh, he lives, for $26 a month, which he does. But I didn't go into a whole lot of detail on it. I was doing the tour. So I'm going to go ahead and go back on Monday and I'm going to give all the details. I got to call him, make sure, but I don't think he'll have a problem with me sharing because I'm going to give general information, but I'm going to get information about how you can pay $26 per month and have water, trash, toilets, and a dumpster. Yeah, a dumpster for your black tank. And for $26 per month, which is, ooh, I froze for a minute there. $26 a month from September 15th to April 15th. But I'll go into it and I'll share some things. It's not going to be a long video, just to satisfy those who said I was a clickbaiter. But actually, tell you the truth, I had a lot of people who didn't say mean things, but they did want to know the more details. And I thought I'd given it in some other videos, but perhaps I didn't. But anyhow, I will do that. My plan is to do it Monday and then on Tuesday to actually go into more depth showing something. But you'll see come Monday and Tuesday. I have taken a week off. My last video, here's what my plan was. You know what they say, the best laid plans. I plan to put my video up on Monday, which I did, do another short video Tuesday, do a bigger video on Wednesday, short one on Thursday, a big video yesterday, and one video today. And what did I do? One video on Christmas, and that was it. Oh, mercy. But the Tuesday, we drove all the way from Oakland all the way down to San Diego. And that was a long, long drive. So, and we were tore up, tired. And then Wednesday, we spent the entire day at the park. By the time we left at about 10:30 or so, or 10 o'clock, I was like hobbling. And I didn't get one of those little scooters. So I had brought my cane, though, thank goodness. But I tell you, we all looked like we had been whipped. I mean, looked like we had gone through a gauntlet and people had just taken their pot shots at us. We were all like dragging. So obviously I didn't do it Wednesday, and then Thursday was recoup day, and then Friday, no, I'm just confused. Anyhow, so the point was I didn't do any videos this week except the one, but I will catch up next week, and that's the new year. So start the year off with a full force. Anyhow, who else? Hey, Janice Klein. Hello, hello. Oh, Chessie's Adventures is in the house too. Thank you. Happy New Year to you as well. Hey, Pam, one of my members, Adventurous Spirit 66. Hello. Saying hello. You know what, Pam? We're going to have to do a camping trip this year. We did one before in Julian, and it was so much fun. We need to do another one. I really would like to get together with the group and Batman. Hey, Lindy's in the house. Hello, hello, Lindy. Are you going to do a live on New Year's Day? Let me know. In fact, if you want to come up and say hello, I'll put a hold on. See if I can do an invite. I am getting better at this. Not as good as I would like to be, but I am getting better sometimes. Let me try again. Uh, Oh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Hey, hey, I am getting better. So, Lindy, if you want to come up and if you're going to do a live or anything you want to announce it, let us know. Hey, Barbara McIntyre says, Happy Saturday. It is. It's just been really a glorious, wonderful week. Hey, Tara, hello. How are you? Uh, Janice is saying hello to Lindy. Tony Mariani, author, is in the house. Everyone is saying hello. Susan says, Your mom sounds like a lovely and wise lady. She was. And she was a mom. I mean, just when she became a mom, because apparently she had been married for 10 years, unable to have children. So when she was able to finally have a child, she just went bonkers and we became her entire life. I remember watching and thinking, "Oh, I don't know if I want to be a parent if that's what it's like." You don't It's like she didn't have a life there. She didn't do anything for herself. It was all for us. I was like, "Oh my goodness." But hey, Dr. Terry Scott, I'm sorry, Dr. Sherry Scott. Hello, Dr. Sherry is in the house. Are you a doctor, a medical doctor, a psychologist? What kind of doctor are you, Dr. Sherry? Maybe I need to talk to you about some advice for how to start the new year off right, huh? Janice Whitehouse is in the house. Hello. And Life on the Road with Lily is saying hello, hello. All right, Tara is saying hello. Who else? Anyone else I've missed? It looks like Lindy's in the house. I'll bring Lindy up and then I'll get back over. Hello, Jeanette's Journey. Hello. Hey, Lindy. Hello, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm great. I'm doing great. Happy New Year to everybody.
Yes, same to you. Are you going to do a New Year's live on New Year's Day or no, or what?
Yes, yes.
Oh, will you be doing it
I
at the
think I
same
will at
time?
5.
At 5? Okay. All
Yeah.
right. You hear it here first. Lindy's going to be doing a New Year's live at 5 Pacific. So that would be 8 o'clock Eastern. That'll be 7 o'clock Central. So check her out. She will be doing a live on New Year's. So will you be doing a little imbibing or little
No, I don't drink.
okay, okay. Well, maybe some
Yeah. I
sparkling apple cider. Maybe
yeah,
some
something
sparkling
like
apple.
that. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
usually in bed at midnight, okay?
Me too, tell you the truth. Me too. Now that I'm this age. Well, younger, no, but now, Hey, Kay Kennedy is saying happy, glorious Saturday. It is a glorious Saturday. Thank you, Kay Kennedy. So, what do you want the new year to bring you? I know you'll probably talk about this on your live, but what are just a few little tidbits you want to be doing for the new year?
Another year in my van.
Okay, so you want to
That's
spend
what
the
I
whole
want.
year. Okay,
Huh?
another year. Well, I can see that happening. I
Yeah,
think
I
that
think so. That's
yeah.
all I want. Another year.
Well, yeah, yeah. I think at this age we're all happy for another year.
Yep. Yep.
Now, you had said earlier or towards the end of last year you want to do more traveling this year. Are you still planning to do that?
Yes, I am. I want to
Okay.
go to Texas this year for sure. And I'm
Oh,
going
good.
to RTR, but I definitely want to go to Texas.
Okay.
So
Now, are you going to have a meetup when you go to RTR?
I am. I just haven't figured out um,
The
what
details
kind
yet.
of meeting.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Me too. I just haven't. I know I'm going to do a couple of nights just camping together, but I haven't decided the location yet. I know I'm going to do it. And I'll probably do it on the 19th and 20th, that Friday and Saturday. Um Friday and Saturday, probably the last 2 days of the RTR in the afternoon, and then campsite, and then Saturday will be a potluck, but I just haven't decided the location yet. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But you're gonna do a meetup and look, when will details be forthcoming, do you think?
Uh, probably towards the end of this week. I know I want it on the 15th.
Oh, okay. So you have a date.
I have a date. I don't
Okay.
know the location because the location will be wherever I park,
Okay. All
you
right.
know.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so I know the 15th, and I'm trying to get there by the 11th so that
Okay.
I
So
would like to do the women's RTR, which I have never done.
okay, so those of you who want to meet Lindy, she's planning to be, but plans can change. But as of right now,
Yeah.
she's planning to be in courtside for the 11th and at the women's RTR, at least part of the regular RTR too, do you think?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be there through the whole thing. I
Okay,
plan
and
on being there at least 2 weeks.
okay, and then a meetup on the 15th somewhere with
Yeah.
details. So at least put the 15th on your calendar for Lindy's meetup in Quartzsite, and mine's going to be on the 19th and 20th. So so you can make both of them. That's a great thing. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Well, I'll
So
be at
and
yours.
huh?
I'll be at yours.
And I'll be at yours. So so we'll so you've really grown this year, and what are your plans? You how big do you want to get? How big do you want your channel to get? Or do you have any idea in mind?
I don't have a number. I
Okay.
will take whatever I am given. I'm almost at 40,000. I might hit it tomorrow.
Wow, that will be very cool. Very cool.
I mean, not 40,000. Forget that. 38,000. I'm at
Okay.
37,976. I need 24 people.
Okay, if anyone over here has not subscribed to Lindy's Awesome Van Adventure, would you go over there and do that so we can get her not just to 39,000 or 38,000?
38,000.
Well,
Yeah.
let's get her to 40. Let's just get her to 40,000. Let's
Yeah,
just
it
go
would
ahead.
be nice. Huh?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and pass that. So get her over, go over there, sign up, and then share it out if you would, so we can get her to 40,000. Let's do that. Let's have that her New Year's prize or New Year's reward or whatever you want to call it. Get her to
Yeah.
40,000. Now, Lindy didn't ask me to do this, but I am going to do it, and I don't want you to say no, Lindy. I'm telling you in advance. Could you please let people know do you have a Patreon? Do you have a Cash App? What do you have on
I
your
have
channel?
membership Cash App and my mail. That's
What
what
is
I have.
what is your Cash App? Do you know it? What it is?
No, number 9. It's in my description. Every
Okay, so if
description.
you want to support her in additional ways, first of all, you can support all of our channels by just watching all the way through
Yes.
and just
Yes.
letting that's really the easiest, cheapest way to fully support. Watch every video all the way through, or just let it run and let it go through the commercials too. You can do that for nothing. If you want to help with Lindy supporting her channel and helping gas to travel to Texas, go over and check out her Cash App. Lindy didn't know I was going to do this, but
No.
sorry, Lindy, I'm doing it. What can I say? It is what it is. But yeah, let's get Lindy to 40,000. That would be a great thing. Oh, that's exciting. Let's hope that by the time you get to Quartzsite, you're at 40K. Let's have
Thanks,
that
Carol.
be the goal. All
Yeah.
right. Well, Lindy, 15th, you're going to have a live and I'm not a live, a meetup, and your live is going to be a couple hours after mine, about 5 hours after mine on New
Yeah.
Year's Day. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll look
Okay.
forward. Is there anything else that you wanted to share? Anything else going on your channel you wanted to share with anyone?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
I wasn't prepared to come on today.
I know. Hey, you know what? This is going to be a year of spontaneity, okay?
Yes. Okay.
2024 will be the year of spontaneity. Planned
Yes.
spontaneity, but still spontaneity.
Yes.
Let's just,
Yep.
you know what? I say, you know what, this year, let's just really go for the gusto. You know what I mean?
I am. I am this year. Like I said, I want one more year, and then next year, New Year's, I'll ask for another one. But I
So
want this one.
you're just asking for 1 year at a time.
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's a plan. That's a plan. But you know what? I want to squeeze every bit of life out of this year that's possible. And
Absolutely.
every year of every bit of joy and I want to send out as much joy as possible. And I think the more joy you send out, the more you get back. Don't you think?
I think so. Yeah. I get a lot from my subscribers. I just love my subscribers. They're just so kind to me. Yeah.
And it really, and we've talked about this before, how at our ages, in our 70s, usually our lives are getting smaller, and smaller and
Hmm.
smaller. And gentleman I just interviewed on Monday, go over and watch that video if you haven't seen it. Terry, he's in his 60, and he was watching as he worked as a maintenance man at an apartment building. He was watching over the years that he was there, a lot of the older people, their lives getting smaller and
Yeah.
smaller, as people dropped out of their lives, passing
Yes.
on or moving away. And he was saying how as he saw that, he just decided he didn't want, he saw his future before him and he didn't like it. And so
I did see that video. Yeah.
he
And
took
I
steps.
agree with him. I've always said that. Yeah.
Yeah. It gets smaller and smaller, and you have to make a conscious decision to stop that if possible, you know? And
Well, ours is expanding. I meet so many wonderful people.
yes. And at your last meetup up near Sacramento, you met a lot of great people,
Oh,
you know?
yeah. That was so much fun. It really was. I'm going to have more meetups every year.
Yeah, and maybe I think you should have a meetup when you go to Texas because you have a lot
Um,
of subscribers in Texas.
I do, and I probably will. Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to see family in Texas, but I'll have a meetup there somewhere.
Yeah, that I think that'll be a great idea. Well, Lindy, I'm going to go back to these comments and saying hello and talking about what my topic was today. But thank you so much for coming on. And you guys go over and subscribe to Lava Lindy's Awesome Van Adventure, and let's get her up to $40,000. $40,000. Well, that too, but 40,000 subscribers.
Right? That'd be amazing, wouldn't
That's what you call that's what you call a Freudian slip. Let's get her up to 40,000 subscribers
it?
by January 1st. Okay, Lindy. Thanks for
Thanks,
coming on.
everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Oh my goodness. I tell you, oh, hello. Did I say hello to Jeanette's Journey? I think I did. Hey, Shara Mills is in the house. And who else is in the house? New and fresh start. Yes, Dr. Sherry Scott. Yes, a new and fresh start. Let's see who else. Hey, Judy, I'll be seeing you in I'm sure in Quartzsite pretty soon. And dogs are the best friends. Hello. Everyone is saying hello to everyone. Everyone's saying hello. And I wanted to, Nifty Traveler, hello. Happy New Year to you too, Nifty Traveler. Oh my gosh, I had a really interesting experience, and I guess a reckoning, maybe a come to truth reckoning. I'm from Oakland, and I love Oakland. I grew up there. I have such happy memories there. So many friendships there. I went to school, college, at Mills College. I went, it was just my place I was from. I have been hearing that the Bay Area, I've been hearing all kinds of horror stories about San Francisco, the smash and grabs, how everyone's running into stores and, grabbing things, and how Nordstrom's, all the stores, I shouldn't say all the stores, but a lot of the stores are departing the city because they just don't want to keep sustaining the losses. And no one wants to drive over to San Francisco because you don't want to leave your car unattended because you're afraid when you come back that it'll be smashed in. Well, guess what? It's now happening in Oakland. And I was just heartsick. And I'm going to do a video on it later this week, next week though. But how many of you grew up someplace and then you moved away as an adult, but in the back of your mind, you yearn to go back, home? I know my dad is from or was from North Carolina, and he'd lived away for, over 50 years. But in the last couple years of his life, he talked about how he wanted to and was planning to sell his home in Oakland and move back to North Carolina. And unfortunately, he passed before he was able to do that. But so many people want to do that. And I always, in my mind, thought, I always thought, even though it's crazy, even though I've been in San Diego now for 45, 46 years, I still always thought of Oakland as home. I mean, are any of you like that? You've been somewhere for decades, but you still think of where you came from as home. And I've always thought of that. Well, this visit home, I realize that I'm not going to be able to move back. It would simply be too dangerous for me and my daughter. We went, I didn't want to leave my van. I didn't want to go anywhere where my van was right in front where I could keep an eye on it. We went to a Ross store, and we drove my brother's SUV. It was me, my younger brother Donald, and his daughter, who's an adult. When we got there, we looked at each other and we said, "Okay, well, who's staying with the car?" Because we can't all three go inside. Because if we go inside, we'll come back out, and there's a good chance the car will have been vandalized. I thought, what a way to live. Like, your head is always on swivel. You're always in a state of hypervigilance. You're always there talking about people who couldn't even safely sit outside of a restaurant um, and eat without being, held up. And I was thinking, wow, it was just such a sadness. I mean, it was a great, great holiday, but that particular aspect, I just realized, you know what? There is no going home. There is no going home. And after almost 50 years, I'm finally saying San Diego is my home. But do any of you have that feeling? Oh, my brother. Did I tell you earlier? I don't think I did. My brother, if I did, you'll have to chalk it up to my age. I forget. But had car broken into, like I said, twice. One time, just a case of soda was stolen, and his wife went to a dental appointment, comes out in broad daylight. Her car has been smashed. Nothing was taken because she doesn't leave anything in it. But I don't want to live like that. It's like living in the DMZ zone in Vietnam or something. I mean, it was just it was hard for me to accept. So any of you have that experience? Hey, Tara, Tara Weidman, Tara Weidman, hello. Oh, thank you, thank you. Hey, Tori Lynn Travels. I think your mom is right. Start it all over fresh. Yes, yes, each year. Put the past behind and start afresh anew. Anything, the Bible has a saying, let go of anything that's going to weigh you down and keep you from finishing the race. So at the start of every year, it's like coming in, just like having a shower and just washing all the grime from last year, the grime, the dirt, the hurt, the anger, washing it all away and physically almost seeing it go down the drain and starting all over like a little baby, you know. That's, I think, is the best way to do it. um Kenneth says, man, I love this bunch. I do too, Kenneth. I do too. Oh my goodness. Hi, Liza. We missed you last live. Hello, hello. Let's see who else. Liza says, hi everyone, happy new year. Same to you. Lava Lindy says, I'm way back in my comments. Lindy says, I no longer go to Disney, just can't afford it. I know it's sad that, because it's supposed to be the happiest place on earth, but I bet, I'll tell you what, I bet a lot of people after they leave there are not happy when they do a financial accounting. I bet they may be happy while they're there, but I don't know how happy they are when they get home. But hey, Brenda, I grew up near Disneyland. Every summer we got a fireworks show. I know, isn't that cool? Shara says, I went once in the 70s. Once was enough. Yeah, well, I wanted my nephew to see, he's 9, and next time it comes out, we'll just go to Legoland. But that's pretty expensive too, believe it or not, you know. Vernon, Okay, let me try. Vernonetta, I hope I got that right. First live. Oh, long time sub. Well, welcome, welcome from New Jersey. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Uh, Disneyland parking used to be free. Yes, Lori. I'm sorry, Tori Lynn. Fast passes used to be free too. You could get a fast pass and you come back like an hour or so later. But a fast pass now, if they still have them, it was $25 per ride. Per ride. Can you imagine? So if you want to go on 6 rides and you want to get on there and not, because if you, here's the thing, one of the rides that we wanted to go on was in cars, in the car one, and the, I think, racers or something, and it had 115-minute wait. So that's almost 2 hours. So if you're waiting 2 hours for a ride, an hour for another one, a couple hours for a third, and that, you may only go on, you're paying all that money, you're only going on 4 rides. So most people buy the Genie Pass. But guess what? The Genie Passes were sold out. We got there a little later, and that's a whole nother story. I'll have to tell that to you another time. But we got there a little later and the Genie Passes were sold out, but they do have a thing where if you have a special needs individual, you can't, that being in line for extended period would be a challenge. They do help you a little bit on that. So that did help. But yeah, it's 2 hours for it was actually 115-minute wait, because you can go on the app and it'll tell you how long the waits are for each ride. So I think it's best to, so you really have to have a strategy. I noticed that between like 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, it kind of got it thinned out. So what people do, apparently between 12, say, and 3, people are going back to their hotels, they're having lunch, they're going, so the rides were shorter during that period. And then from about 4 o'clock, 4:30 on, it was packed. And by 6 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night, it was bumper to bumper people. I mean, you could barely, it was like this, you're walking around like this. It was so crowded in the evening, but then they have, the light show and everything. But it was an experience, but I would not pay that again. I wouldn't pay it. I don't know about my brother and sister-in-law and them, what they feel about it, but I wouldn't. I don't think. But we'll see. If I won the lottery, I guess I would. But anyhow, um hey Red, hello, hello. Oh, you just got off work? Well, thank you coming over here instead of resting. Oh my goodness, thank you. Nora says, I would never go to Disney. I'd never support that craziness at this point. It was kind of crazy, and I tell you, I'm glad I was wearing my, what do you call them, compression stockings, because my ankles would have been this big had I not been wearing my compression stockings. I should have had one of those clickers talking about sharing how many steps, because it was something. Tara says, we had sandwiches on Christmas and it was good enough. You know what? Whatever floats your boat, Tara, I'd say if it makes you happy, you don't have to do anything for anyone else to impress anyone else or to do something because someone else's tradition. Just do what makes you happy. That's what I say. And that's my, well, that's always been my motto, kind of, but I'm a double down on that in 2024. Do what makes me happy, not please others. Hey, Terry Lee. Hello, hello. Saw you first on Facebook. Oh, okay. I'm not on there a lot. Occasionally I'm on there, but not too much. But thank you for coming over. Let's see. Tara says, keeping up with, saying hi to Colorado. Oh, hi, Modest Nation. Didn't see you were in the house. Hello, hello. Who else is in the house? So let's see. Vaughn Sona Rose says, I remember when my mom's job used to give up to 8 tickets per family free. Wow. For Disneyland each year. I personally don't like the direction that Disney has taken in recent years. Well, I don't like that a regular family can't go. I mean, well, we're a regular family, but we saved up. We all, planned. But I mean, it's not something you can just spontaneously say, oh, I think we'll just go to Disneyland this weekend. Oh, no. First of all, you have to have a reservation. But even if you can get in, it's just astronomical, you know. And and here's the thing I noticed when I was looking on the site, it was more expensive during the holidays. So it's like, you know what that reminds me of? That's just me. It makes me think of gouging, like when um there's an emergency and people need water. Well, we're going to charge you 5 times. So it's kind of like, well, when you really want to go to Disneyland, it's the holidays, your kids are off. Well, we're going to really jack the prices up really high on those days. Anyhow, some people would say it's just good business. I just don't like it. Hey, Sharon Shaw says, how are you feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. I need to get some rest because it's been a busy week. And that's, as you can see, I haven't done any videos this week except for Christmas Day. But I'm going to catch up next week. But, it was more important spending the time with my family, especially my brother, Donald, who's had several heart attacks. And, tomorrow's not promised. So like I said earlier, just, wringing every bit of joy out of this year and the year coming up, because nothing is promised. And, like we were talking about it, you never, when you're leaving this world and you're on your last bed, you never say, wow, I wish I'd spent more time. I'm sure I won't say, oh, I wish I'd done more YouTube videos. Oh, I wish I'd worked harder on my channel. No, you would say, I wish I hadn't spent so much time that week doing videos and spent the time with my brothers. So I'm doing my best to not only not have regrets, but make choices that make that possible. And it takes some changes, and it changes because I'm a type A workaholic, but it takes some changes, and I think it's a good thing. You could, they used to say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, you know what? That's not true. You can. You absolutely can. My being able to edit a video is a prime example of that, thanks to Lisa from Outdoor Dash Travels. Hey, Terry Lee says, I think too many people of us in general are lonely, sad, depressed in these stressed out times. For real, we live in daily. Everyone does. I think so too, Terry Lee. And I think that there are ways. Now, of course, if there are chemical imbalances or that type of thing, that's a whole different thing. And only medication will address that. But I do believe that we have more control over how we feel otherwise than we think. And one of the things the Bible talks about, I know I quote the Bible some, not that I always live it to the fullest, because people know some stories about me, but I'm a work in progress still, and I'm working on it. But I know the concepts, and I'm working every day towards living them out. And one of the things it says is talking about, hold your thoughts captive or something. I can't quote exactly, but holding your thoughts captive. And I think we can do that. We can contain our thoughts. And if we start going down a path of negativity, and I'm trying to work with this with my daughter because she has some issues with that. Why didn't you do this? Or how come we didn't do it this way? Why didn't you do? I'm trying to, for everything that you say that's not positive, I want to hear 2 positive things. So I want twice as many positive things as negative. But I think it has to be really intentional. I think we have to be intentional about capturing our thoughts. And when we have thoughts that come in that are going to take us down, we have to work and say, no, I'm not going there. I'm not going to go there. And that we have control over. We may not have control over a thought coming in, but we have a absolute control over whether or not we're going to keep it there. So that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Hey, Marco Antonio Lopez. Hello. I love I love the flag too. Hello. And our country too. Hello. Hello. Let's see. Peggy. Hey, Peggy. Hello, hello. Hi, Carol. I hope to see you again this year at WRTR. I do too. I can hardly wait because you were going to be getting a different vehicle, weren't you? And the one you had was so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was just amazing. So I can hardly wait. But not just to see your vehicle, to see you too, Peggy. I'm looking. There's so many people that I only see at RTR. So I really look forward to going to RTR and catching up. That's the nice things. You can catch up from year to year with people, and then you can meet with people that you see during the year, but you also get together with them at the RTR. Dr. Sherry says it's okay to rest and enjoy your family. It is. And you have to give yourself permission. And sometimes you have to step back and say, because I had this plan, I had this plan. I'm going to do on Monday. Because I had a goal I wanted to reach this year, both numerically and financially. I had a goal. So, sometimes I put on these blinders. Okay, I'm going to reach my goal. But when I step back, I can see the bigger picture. Well, here's the goal, really little in terms of value, versus here's my family, much bigger, you know. So sometimes you have to take a step back. And I just, I'm not good at letting go of something once I've determined that this is something I'm going to do. When I say I'm going to do this many videos and I'm going to do this and this and this, I'm not good at just saying, you know what? I'm going to let that go and do something else. I tend to hold on and go. I can tell you some stories of which when I decided, well, I'm just going to push through. And sometimes there are just doors being blocked left and right. God telling you, don't go down this path. It's not a good idea. The result won't be good. But if you get stubborn and don't want to take those blinders off, that can happen. So that's another thing I'm working on. Not I don't set New Year's resolutions. They're just things I'm working on. I don't have an end in mind. Just I'm working and I'll be happy if each of the things that I'd like to improve on, I just make some progress on. That's going to be good enough for me. And that's a change too. But hey, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Mario says, worse is going all over the world. We will be as communist countries. I hope not, Marco. I hope, not Mario, Marco. I hope, Marco, that, we love our democracy enough that we will never let that happen. But we'll see. We'll see what happens and if we are strong enough to stand up to anything that would come against us. Hello, hello. Keeping up with Colorado says, I'm trying hard to keep up. Oh, my goodness. Susan says, what time is New Year's live stream? 10 Pacific. Mine is at noon. So that would be noon on New Year's Day. It would be 2 p.m. Central, like in Texas where Lisa is, and it would be 3 p.m., say in New York where Nora is, but noon in California on Pacific Coast time. Lindy's is going to be at 5 p.m. California time. It would be at 7 p.m. part of Texas where Lisa is, and it would be 8 p.m. Eastern time where Nora is. All right. Hey, Mary Murphy from Palm Springs. Oh, we used to go to Palm Springs every summer, a couple, 3 times in Thanksgiving. And it used to be no one went to Palm Springs in the summer. It was so, I mean, not no one, but it wasn't real crowded. But the last several years, all of a sudden, it's gotten crowded in the summers. In 122 degrees one time, 121 degrees, it was crowded. I thought, who can put up? Well, we were there, so what can I say? But it is. But I love Palm Springs. I love that whole area. Dogs are the best friends. Hello. Wanted to update you, Carol, and everyone who prayed for me. SUV is repaired because God helped me find kind people who guided me to a mechanic and a safe place for my trailer. Well, praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. And thank you for giving that praise report and letting us know. Thank you. Oh my goodness, that is wonderful, wonderful news. Kenneth says, some fantastic personalities are here today. Yes, today and every day, Kenneth, including you, including you. Marco, communism, I don't think is back, but yeah, we're gonna go past politics, but what are you doing for the holidays, Marco? And what are you doing for the new year? Uh Tara Weidman says, I'm going to the RTR in January, and it will be a pleasure to see if you're there. I plan to be there, God willing. I do plan to be there. So I will look forward to meeting you there. Lisa in Limbo says, happy new year. Happy thank you. Uh um, let's see who else. Shara Mills says, "Who dropped? Oh, that me dropping the link." I'm like, "Who dropped the link?" I'm so far behind. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Hi, Marja. One. Hello, hello. Terry Lee says, "I only have internet for entertainment on an old laptop." Well, I tell you what, Terry Lee, when I don't have cable, but I do have a Fire Stick. And I find that I really, when I put the TV down, or but I'm on YouTube a lot, checking different things, checking on my friends, everything. But I love reading. And I find that when I put that down, I pick up a good book, and it transports me to another place, and it's a very different experience. So that's a good form of entertainment too. Elva says, hi, happy new year from Elva in Texas. Well, welcome, Elva in Texas. Oh, am I living in a truck? No, this is my van, but I don't live in it. I'm in here part-time, although I say I don't live in it full-time, but in 5 years, I've traveled, I think, 98,000 miles in this thing. So I'm spending a lot of time in it. So it needs to be comfortable to have this kind of time in it. Um, Hey, Barry, I'm so looking forward to seeing you on Quartzsite. Barry, who built out that beautiful minivan that I did an interview and a tour of when I was in Tennessee. Go and check out Barry's minivan build if you haven't seen it. It is just, I did it a few months back. It is so beautiful. If someone can drop a link to Barry's video, one of my moderators, I would greatly appreciate it. Barry says, good afternoon. I did make it to Quartzsite. Oh, I'm planning tentatively. I have a sponsor who's going to send me something either before or after. So I don't know. I'm waiting to see when they're going to send that package, because I want to bring what they're going to send to me, because I want to give it away to someone. So I'm willing, but I want to go to the women's RTR for sure, and that starts on the 11th of January. So for sure then, if not sooner, but we'll see. I'm not sure, Barry. Are you meeting people, Barry? And are you going around checking out? Barry, you need to do a YouTube channel. You need to do a YouTube channel. It would be a huge, huge success. But anyhow, we'll talk about it when I get to Quartzsite. Hey, Amy, one of the holy. Oh my goodness, my sister in love. She was, I walked Amy. Amy was, and I was on my cane. She said, I'm so glad she didn't. She said she didn't think of recording me, but she wanted to, because there was a water show, and we were around on the other side of where it was going to be. So we had to get there by a certain time, because one of the employees was going to bring us in to be seated in the reserved area. So I had my cane, and I was like, they were making fun of me. I turned around, I left them in my dust, and I turned around, and Jessica was running to catch up with me. She's like, how are you walking so fast, Mom? Especially at this time of night. It was like 9 o'clock, and we were exhausted, but I wanted to see that water show. And they're making fun of me. Amy, my sister-in-law, they were laughing at me, but she said, oh, she just didn't think to record it. And boy, am I glad she didn't record me. Oh, Terry Lee says 2024 is an umper year. I hope to really kick it hard then. Good for you, Terry Lee. Good for you. You know what? You just have to put your mind to it and it'll happen. Hey, Aaron Mack. Hello, hello. How are you? Julie S is saying hi from Louisiana. Oh my goodness. Who else? Now I thought I saw a super chat up there, but I'm so far behind. I don't want to not acknowledge that. Let me go back. I'm trying to go forward, but I'm missing comments. Hold on a second. Ooh, if anyone can find that super chat who did that, would you acknowledge them? And then so that I can then come and acknowledge that. Um, uh, Tara says, doing good. Happy you had a nice Christmas. Yeah, I did. I did. Everyone's saying hello to Barry. Oh, yes. Tara Weiderman says, love your video talking about respecting our elders. I know, hey, just because I'm 70, someone 94 or someone, uh, in their 90s and late 80s is older than me. That's my elder, and I'm going to be respectful to them. It's not about just, that we're both older. They are the next generation, and I'm going to be respectful to that. Let's see. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. Oh, Dr. Sherry Scott, you have a PhD. Oh, so you're a brainiac. Okay, okay. You're a very smart lady, clearly. So, do you help people um like do you do like kind of not life coaching, but do you help people like I think the best way for a psychologist, this is just, I'm not being a clinician or anything. I think the best way to help a person is help them figure out it on their own. You give them the tools to figure it out, and they have that aha moment. I don't know. What do you think, Dr. Scott? Um, Elva says, I'm always late, but I'm here. I'm just glad you're here. Praying you have a great end of the year and a new year. Say hi to Jessica. I will. Jessica, in fact, I'm parked in front of her little friend's church. They're in there cleaning up because they're going to have a service starting in about an hour, and they're in there helping cleaning up. So I figured that was a good way to end the new year. Elva says, oh, I already got that. Let's see. Donna Flynn says, hi, everyone. I made it to courtside yesterday. Ooh, staying on BLM land close to where Carol had her meetup last year. Oh, so you're off Plamosa Road. I'm looking forward to hearing how everybody's been doing. Oh, you're in. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to do it on Plamosa Road again or not. I haven't decided. Some people were telling me it was kind of a long drive, and some people want me to do it over at Scranton Wash. I don't know. I like Plamosa Road, but I'll see. We'll see. Some people don't want to be doing all that driving back and forth, but we'll see. Barbara says, so glad you took the time to fully enjoy time with your family. Me too, Barbara. As you say, it was a once in a lifetime experience. Yes. And you know, Red says, I'm driving home, so I can't tag everyone, but I'll be home in a few minutes listening. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Aaron. Same to you. Happy New Year to you. Let's see. Who else have I? Is there anyone? Hey, Lisa Parker says, you got there early, Donna, in the queue. Yes, yes. Prospero Ano Nuevo. Happy New Year. Thank you, Martina. Thank you. Uh, Money, too much money and more health. Well, yeah, more money and more health. That would be a good thing, Marco, for sure. Terry Lee says, another year around the sun, more sun, please. Yeah. Yeah. Well, San Diego, they say San Diego has the best climate in the continental United States. Doesn't beat Hawaii, but in the continental United States, it's the best. So it's hard to complain when you're in San Diego. Shari says, I want to lose 50 pounds, quit smoking. Well, those are admirable goals. Absolutely. Liza says, what is RTR? It's called Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. It's when Bob Wells has a gathering in the desert and all kinds of nomads come together. A lot newer people new to the lifestyle come to hear and learn about different topics. but a lot of folks who are old timers in van life really just we come to just meet up with our friends. It's the place that we come every year to hang out, you know. Kay Kennedy says prayer request for 92-year-old mom, oh, who has severe dementia, and for me to be strong and continue to honor and care for her until the Lord takes her home to rest in his loving arms. Well, let's just say a prayer for Kay Kennedy. Just thank you, Lord. We ask that you would just strengthen Kay Kennedy and let her mom have a peaceful time now, and that she would just be able to enjoy her mom, even with the dementia. She would enjoy her, and that she would stay strong, but even more importantly, that she would have people that come alongside of her and give her support so that she can take a break. Because I'm going to tell you, when you're a caregiver, you have to take care of yourself. You really do, because, it is stressful. But the fact that you're taking care of your mom, I honor you. I really honor you for that. Julie says those prices at Disney are crazy. Yep, they are. They are indeed. Uh, let's see. Yeah, everyone's telling Liza that's um Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. Dr. Sherry says, I love the van life YouTubes. I've been following you for over a year. I love your name, Glorious Life on Wheels. Yes, it is that. I wanted something that my three goals were honor God, develop a legacy for my child, and to help others. And I thought, it's on wheels, and I want it to be glorious in many different ways. I want that word glorious to come across in different ways. So, and that's the type of life that I wanted to have every time I'm in my van. And this is one of my happy places. So, um, hey, One View Cornwall, thank you. Says love the channel. Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Some of us will be at both meetups. Yes, I'm planning to. Tara Weideman says, I'm subscribing now and I'm telling people about your channel. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Uh, Everyone is saying hello, hello. Chessie's Adventures, hello. I've already subscribed to the Lindy's channel. I'm still trying to get enough watch time to get monetized. Okay. Well, go over and check out Chessie's. I haven't heard of your channel, Chessie's Adventures. I'll have to go over and check it out. But absolutely, go over. Anyone over here, go out and check out Chessie's Adventures and subscribe and help her to get some watch time. Absolutely. Pamela Hernandez, hello, beautiful to you, Pamela. Back to you. Saying happy New Year to everyone. Thank you. Lisa is saying, Kate Kennedy, prayers to you and your mom. Yes, everyone do say, because when two or more are gathered, they say the Lord is in our presence. So if everyone would send up prayers for Kate Kennedy's mom, but also that Kay would have the strength to do the task ahead of her in honoring her mom. What a wonderful thing. And truly, it's a privilege. I know it's hard and challenging, but it's a privilege to be able to pour back into your parents' lives after they've done for you. What a privilege to have that. Hey, Patty Whack, hello. Shara Mills, she's a treasure. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. Let's get her up to 40,000, Tara. Brenda, hello. Brenda says hello from Missouri. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. I did, and I'm hoping everyone in here did too. Lisa says, Dr. Sherry, are you on the road, have an RV? That's true. Do you have an RV, Dr. Sherry? And do you have a YouTube channel, Dr. Sherry? I'd like to know if answer to both of those. Maybe you can come on and we can chat, or maybe you can email me at gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail.com and we can chat a bit. Sandy says, I'm quite surprised that you were surprised. I'm in Texas and we've heard so much about the crime and dangers in Oakland, Portland, New York City, LA, Baltimore. Yeah, I have heard a lot about it, but in the last 6 months, it seems it's just, I guess it was at a level that was still tolerable to me. And I know, what's your level? What's your tolerance level? But when you really love a place and you love something, you're willing to tolerate more than if you don't. So it was still at a level that I was willing to tolerate it. I thought, I'll just do this or I do that. And I grew up in cities. I grew up in a big city. So it's not that I didn't grow up in a city, and I grew up in a rough part of the city. So it's not that I wasn't used to you know, a rough area that could be a little sketchy or dangerous. I was. But in the last 6 months, it's just seems to have exploded. I mean, it's just and the laws have been changing, making it really getting people getting a slap on the hand and not being held accountable. So I'm not surprised. I guess I just finally, it was so much, I knew that it was going on, but this time it was so in my face that I could no longer deny how bad it was. And I had to acknowledge it. And I had to say, you know what, I can't bring a child, or she's an adult now, but I can't bring my special needs daughter into this environment. It just, I just can't do it, you know. But yeah, and I'm going to do a whole video on that sometime, hopefully next week, maybe the week after. But it's just heartbreaking, you know, because it is what it is. Hey, Valaria, Valentina, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Tara Whiteman. Thank you so much. Dr. Sherry Scott says, not yet. I'm using my SUV. I did a video on an SUV if I could find it. She had her SUV set up so beautifully and it was so comfortable. It was a I don't remember what it was now, but it was, I met her at RTR a couple of years ago, and just a beautiful setup in her SUV. So I'm going to have to, hopefully, when I get to Quartzsite, I'm going to meet with someone who will be able to show me how to get my channel set up so I have all the tours. You know how some channels have uploads and they have tours and they have cooking, they have it separated by topic. I don't know how to do that. So when I get there, Lindy's going to show me and we'll get that done. Let's see. Yeah, safe travels to you, Dr. Sherry. um Vaughn's on a roll is asking Dr. Sherry if she's a traveling doctor, or traveling, PhD. Hey, Mark H, hello, hello, and welcome in. I hope there is um um I hope it is not I forgot what I was going to say. What can I say? The Anyhow, I don't let stuff get me down. One of the holy, hey, Amy is saying, what is your topic? We got here late. We're in the car. Oh, I was just talking about how, and Donald can relate to this. I was talking about how I always, not always, but in the back of my mind, I thought one day I might move back to Oakland, and that was hopefully something I had in the back of my mind. Just like Daddy used to always talk about moving back to North Carolina. I thought, this is where I grew up. I love Oakland. I love the city. I thought, I might one day move back. And I was just sharing how crazy things have gotten in Oakland, where we had to actually, one of us stand guard over the car while the others went into the store. I mean, hey, a family that rolls together stays together. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I so appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are so generous. Thank you. I finally found it. So it says, you were absolutely beautiful. You look like you're drinking out of the fountain of youth. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. That's such a kind. I just, you should see my sister-in-law, my other brother's wife. She is, 79, be 80, and she looks fabulous, simply fabulous. So I tell you, that was, Tara says that was a great video. Yeah, wasn't it a great video of the SUV? Oh my goodness. Glenna says, hello everyone. I subscribed to you both already. Thumbs up from South Carolina. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to make a trip to South Carolina to take care of some business there in Myrtle Beach. Glenna, hopefully soon, hopefully by February. Susan says, so enjoy watching your channel. Thank you, Susan. Dr. Sherry says, I'm a retired university professor. So what topics did you teach, doctor? Did you teach psychology, different topics? Lisa says, Dr. S, are you going to the RTR to meet Carol? The time in the queue is fun. It is fun. It will be a gas. It will. Hey, Mildred. Hello, hello. Thank you. Mark says I'm a bit later than I had planned, so I will have to watch the beginning later. Ah, that's okay, Mark. RV Camper says, Carol, I will be displaying my new travel trailer at the RTR. Ooh, I look forward to that. Come over and say hello. I'd like to see it. Oh, I'm looking. Oh, I love, love, love it when people display their vans and their cars and everything. I love going around and seeing those. That's one of my favorite for that. And when people share their favorite gadgets, I love those two things. Well, I like them all, but those two things I really like. Uh, uh, one of the holy says, Nora, I'm not surprised. Oh my goodness. Sandy says, Lindy, avoid Houston, Austin, Dallas. Yeah, all crime. Yeah, bad law enforcement. Oh, hey, Lisa from Outdoor Dash Travel says, sorry I'm late. You're just on time, but I am gonna be um uh closing down soon. Thank you, Elva. $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Says Happy New Year. Oh, I didn't do my thing for thank you for both of you. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you. I forgot to do my Graham last week when I had my little thing, my blow noisemaker. He said, "Go back to the horn, Carol." Oh my goodness. Let's see. Tyra Weiderman says, I witnessed the snatch and grab in San Francisco when I was there last month. See, I have to stay out of there because I know my instinct, if someone came to do that to me, would be to haul off and, do something, and then I'd probably get hurt. So I really do probably need to stay away, you know. Uh, oh, yeah. Uh, my one of the holy, my sister in love, Amy says, not me. I'm from New York City and would never move back. Yeah, I'm just it's just so sad for me to see. One View Cornwall says, I am from Cornwall, England, so inspired by van life living, but understand the challenges too. Best wishes, everyone. Yeah, there are some challenges. People say, oh, you always make it to seem so rosy. No, I don't. There are challenges. There are challenges in anything, whether you're living in sticks and bricks or whether you're living in a van. There are challenges. And if you're not an outgoing person and tend to stay by yourself, or if you have a hard time approaching people or talking to people or initiating conversations, it can be very lonely because there are a lot of people out there. There are a lot of kind people. There are a lot of wonderful people, but you do have to, show yourself friendly if you want friends, you know. Um, Patty Wax says Oakland is scary. It is scary now. It is. I'm sorry to say. Mark Collins says, I'm in the middle of moving back to my childhood home of Chicago. Chicago gets a bad rap due to crime. I hope it will be okay. I'm moving right downtown. Well, downtown might be better actually than in some areas, but what made you decide to move back to Chicago, Mark? And how long have you been out of Chicago? Because I'm curious, because I wanted to move back and it was just the pull of, home. So what was that the same thing for you or was it something different for you, Mark? Hey, Spirit Wind View. Hello, hello. Terry Lee says, I was born in Detroit. Uh, not does that mean anyhow? What does that mean anyhow? I'm not sure. You were born in Detroit. I have a very good friend who was born in Detroit, Cheryl Marshall, who I interviewed, and she still has a lot of friends back there. And in fact, an older couple that she's friends with just moved back home to Detroit after many years apart. So, Nature Lover says, my daughter lives back home, but it has changed. Now, where is back home, Nature Lover? One View Cornwall says, yes, definitely. I had to move loads. Oh boy. Mark says, I had sandwich points that will expire tomorrow night, and I did not want a sandwich. So I picked up a free roast beef and cheese sandwich for my dogs. Just plain, but they enjoyed the treat. Oh my goodness. Well, I had points for my birthday on Christmas when I went into Panera. Believe it or not, folks, you know how I go into Panera several times a day. Donald, my brother, told me, he says, they should kick you out of that program. No, they shouldn't. they've advertised you can come in how many times you want. So if that's the advertisement, they need to honor that, which they do. And they do it with a smile on their face, I might add. But I went in there and I got a free birthday pastry today. Isn't that something, for my birthday, which was Monday? And it was going to expire tomorrow. So thank goodness I went in there. Lisa's saying hello to everyone. Lisa Parker says, me did a few decades in South Carolina or Southern California. Okay, Southern California. Oops. Okay. Uh, let's see. Red says, I know you want to move back to California. I know. Maybe one. Gotta love Gavin Newsom. Oh, I'm not even gonna go there, Jay. I'm not even gonna go there. But anyhow. Marta says, I'll stay in Huber Heights, Ohio. Cost of living in South Jersey is too high. Yes, it is very high. I think they say the taxes in Jersey, the property taxes, I've heard are off the charts. I'm under what's something called Prop 13, which they try and do away with every year, but it means they can only increase my property taxes. It's capped how much it could go up every year. Thank the Lord, or I wouldn't be able to afford my house right now. I'd have to sell my house. Terry Lee says, hey, I remember the house on Southfield Freeway Service Drive as a house of Motown. Oh my goodness, yes. Detroit has a lot of musical memories for sure. Hey, Sunflower Marcia, hello. Javon says, Jay, right? Yes. Tyra Waterman says, Los Angeles is getting that way too, especially Pasadena. Really? I'm surprised because Pasadena has some really expensive homes. Wow. We're just gonna have to farm a colony out in the middle of nowhere, you know. And go into town in a Humvee or something, a Hummer or something. Oh my goodness. Terry Lee says, could not live there again. I know. That's the conclusion I came to this past week. And it was sad because I had to let go of it probably was a pipe dream, but still it was a dream and I had to let go of it. It's hard accepting the truth sometimes, isn't it? You know, it when it goes against something that you want to be different. Mildred Webster says JCP had to close one of their stores because of theft. A lot of stores have moved completely out of the Bay Area, shutting down, moving out of California completely. I'm not even going to go there, but something needs to be done. But someone said something. I saw this program. Now, I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, but I actually given it a little bit of thought. Things that make you go, They said it makes absolutely no sense that lawmakers would do things that allow crime to run rampant and would therefore drive property values down. Because my sister-in-law who lives in Oakland was telling me that people are moving out of Oakland in droves, which is going to eventually really affect property values. But then this person was speculating. They were saying that because of this, so many businesses are moving out and there's loads and loads of commercial buildings that have gone down in value and people are snapping them up. People, not my kind of people, not people that are poor. Well, not poor, but, ordinary people. But uber rich people and foreign investors are coming in and snapping up these properties at pennies on the dollar because, of these crazy laws that have let crime run rapid. And they are speculating that they're going to come back around and convert these buildings into residential buildings and rent them out. I don't know. That's a little what do you call it? Circular? I don't know, but it's a little path that you kind of have to follow around and around. I don't know, but I mean, I just can't figure out why people in power would let things get so far out of hand. I just don't get that. It makes no sense. you know. Barbara says, Barbara McIntyre, I live in the East Bay between Berkeley and Richmond. Oh, that's like Emeryville area. Now my husband and our neighbors are all saying that we can't even go out to the Trader Joe's or Costco after sunset because of too many. Oh my goodness. What kind of quality of life is that when you you know at a certain point, oh my gosh, I got to get back home, I got to hurry up and get back home before the sun sets because I can't be out after dark. What kind of life is that? And that's what I looked at, because I was like, my brother and sister-in-law had a house full of guests staying over, so me and Jessica slept in our van. But even if they didn't have a house full of guests, I would have still slept in my van, because I would not have left my van unsecured. And I had to let Cuddles out one night. I had to go out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go out here. So I don't want to live like that. And as I saw how people are not able to go out at night, can't leave anything in your cars. Some people are even leaving their car doors wide open so people can just come in and look, because they don't want them to get the windows broken over and over. I don't want to have to adjust my life like I'm living in some kind of combat zone or something, you know? So Barbara, are you and your husband and your neighbors, do you have friends, and are you considering moving out of the area because of what's going on? Because pretty soon it's not after sunset. Pretty soon it's any time of the day. I mean, where else can it go? But you can't even go out during the day. I don't know. I don't know. Mark says you can travel laces again, but can never go back in time or to the earlier you. That's so true, Mark. You want to go back to earlier. I remember going to uh Fillmore West to see Sly and the Family Stone. I remember going to the theater ACT in San Francisco. I was 9 years old, and I'd take the bus across the bridge and to my piano lessons and take transfer and go on the trolley and everything. I guess in my mind, I wanted to go back to that happy place where it was just, but it's not, it's no longer there. It's like going back to Disneyland. It's not Disneyland anymore. Oakland isn't the Oakland that I knew and loved. Hey, Granny Prepper says late to the party. Oh, that's okay. Hey, Derek, Tamita, Joe says, hi, Miss Carol. Happy New Year. Thank you very much. Brenda says, I used to run Bay to Breakers race in San Francisco. I don't think I'll be doing that again. I have friends in the Bay Area. I live in Reno and watch Bay Area news. It's very scary and sad. Yes, it is. It's sad. Lisa says, Carol, a few decades in Southern California, but Northern California is home. Yeah, San Francisco and Oakland off the hook. Better keep head on a swivel. I know. It's like, when I go out, I don't want to carry like a purse. I want to put like a little fanny pack underneath my shirt. And I took off I went down. My brothers were kind of annoyed with me. Well, I went down to a particular area. It's a homeless encampment, and I parked my van, and because I wanted to interview someone, I wanted to, I mean, it was crazy down there. And they were like, my nephew said, he said, you went down there. Who went with you? I said, I went by myself. But I took, my jewelry, take your jewelry off, take everything, didn't have my purse, didn't have, you know, and someone told me, well, great, you didn't have your purse, so they wouldn't be able to identify you. I was like, oh, jeepers. But I could tell when I was coming back, someone was getting ready to try and set me up. But, like I said, I have some street smarts. I grew up in East Oakland. So I knew, and I was able to avoid it and, get in my van and avoid the situation. But I thought, wow, someone who didn't know what was about to come down would have been in a very bad situation. But my head was always on a swivel. I knew what was going on. I was, you just don't get yourself in a certain position with certain people between you and I mean, just, it's like all of this stuff you have to keep going on and on and on and on, and you have them come out. So you're not going in. I went into the encampment, but just a little ways, but not so far that I couldn't get back. But you're all these things you have to think of. And it's not only when you're at a homeless encampment, it's like throughout the whole city, everywhere you walk, every block you go down, everywhere you go. I don't want to live like that. And the question is, are we all going to be living like that eventually? Is it going to spread? Is it like a cancer that's going to spread? That's the question that we need to be asking. And what can we do now before it spreads and to stop it from spreading? Patty says, Irwin says, well, I'm 70 and spent from 7th grade to first years of college in Fremont. Even then, Oakland was scary. Yeah, but see, I grew up in East Oakland. So, I mean, it doesn't get much scarier than that. So I grew up in East Oakland. So I was, but for me, who grew up in East Oakland, to now feel apprehensive, that says a lot. That says a lot. Hey, dearest Dawn says, crime in California is so sad. Yeah, it is. Mail was stolen through the neighborhood at 9 a.m. broad daylight on December 23rd. 2 doors down from Governor Newsom's house. Well, maybe that'll get his attention, do you think? I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to get this video kicked off. But maybe that'll get his attention, okay? Oh my goodness. Susan says, what? I didn't say anything political. I didn't say you did. Did someone say, uh-oh? I don't know. My mods are fierce, Susan. What can I say? But anyhow, Jamel Campbell says, I remember growing up in Seattle, Washington until I was 5 to 6. Then we constantly moved until my late teens. But then I moved around a lot due to spouses until 93. I have no desire to go back to Seattle. Yeah, I haven't been to Seattle recently, but I've been to Portland, and I cannot tell you. See, at least in Oakland, from what at least I saw, I didn't do the whole drive around the whole city that I wanted to because I didn't have the time and I wanted to spend it with my family. But I did take the last morning. Was it the last morning before we left? Yeah, I got up really early that morning. And that's another thing. I got up early so everyone wasn't milling about. I got up early and went down, and it appears, I don't know if this is the case, but it appears that certain areas are relegated for homeless and just crazy encampments. But in Portland, there doesn't appear to be any area. It is the entire city. You walk around one corner, you'll have a homeless encampment, 4 or 5 tents. You walk around another corner down the street, you'll have a tent in someone's right in the front of their house on the sidewalk. Almost every neighborhood I went into, almost around it, I'd never seen it. It was throughout the entire city, and the city is divided into quadrants based on the river and bridges and stuff. Every quadrant that I went in, it was the same thing. There was not one that was spared. There was not one area, oh, this is where this is, and the rest of this, it was the entire city. Although it seems like what's happening in Oakland in other areas is happening in the entire city. No area is. Dave Ocean says, my heart to Lindy. Lindy is cool. Lindy is very cool. So go over and give her some support. Shara Mill says, we're looking to move out of the Seattle area. You and probably a whole lot of other people, Shara. Keeping Up with Colorado says, the Mission District where I grew up is shocking. Just about all the restaurants and stores are closed and boarded up. Yep. Used to be, what was it, the Fillmore District and different areas, but now it's, yeah. When you go, last year we went over to Pier 37 or something in San Francisco, and we took, the trolley and the different, I forget what the trolley line is called, But as we went past downtown, there were so many boarded up buildings in the downtown area. It was unbelievable. Dearest John says, I love Disneyland. I could go every year. It is fun. It is fun, but it's something you truly, truly have to save up for. It's not something you're just going to decide, oh, today, unless you're independently wealthy. I'm just going to go to Disneyland today. Mm-mm. Nifty traveler. Hey, I grew up in the South Bay. I lived in the Bay Area until I moved to Florida 4 years ago. Oh, I didn't like Florida, so I sold my condo 3 weeks ago. Bought a Class C 2 weeks ago, and in 5 days, oh my goodness. Well, look at you. Look at you. Oh my goodness. Well, where are you coming out to RTR? I would love to meet you if you do. Oh my goodness. So, how long do you plan on doing this? Until as long as you can? Do you plan on being like Mr. Oh my goodness. Mr. Lois and Miss Lois and her husband Mr. Bernie that I just interviewed a couple of weeks ago, 94 and 89. Do you believe that? Do you plan on doing it that long? Oh my. Mark H says, Barbara, my brother and his wife live in Pinole. They rarely go out after dark. Whew, I don't want to live like that. I just don't want to live like that. Jamel Campbell says, I've lived most of my life throughout Washington state, my whole life, so not so sure I will leave the state anytime soon. It is hard leaving somewhere you've been most of your life. That is a challenge. Nifty Traveler says, I left California because I couldn't afford it, but it is still my home. I was looking forward to seeing my people starting in the spring. Yeah, I know about someplace still being your home in your heart, but Nora says the only happy ones at Disney are the CEO and executives and shareholders. Yeah, they're very happy. Very happy. But they're going to reach a breaking point, though, I think. But we'll see. Miss Net says, I left Greensboro, North Carolina decades ago, and I can't see me moving back there. Crime is out of control. What is happening? So it's not just California. It's not just Washington. It's, North Carolina. It's oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Dogs are the best friend, says Disney is so greedy. They should limit how many can enter the park so wait times are reasonable. They do limit. They were sold out. Now I don't know how much they limited, but when we got there were people there who were very upset because they couldn't buy tickets. So they had come in, they were not happy campers because they couldn't get tickets. It was sold out. You have to yeah, and they even said, now get a load of this. If I understood it correctly, even if you buy a ticket, now this is how I understood it. If you buy a ticket and you get there and it's too full, you will not be able to go in. You can use your ticket another day, but you won't be able to go in. I was like, what? Because they have park hoppers. So I guess what could happen is someone could start out at one park and then later in the afternoon hop over to the other. And then, it get full. Oh, and they have limit on some of the hoppers. Like if you buy a hopper, you can't use your hopper until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You can't hop over to the other park. It's only a half a day hopper, I guess you would call it. So you have to decide which park you're going to start at and which park is going to be. You have to have a strategy to do Disney these days. So we finally got this strategy down where what we did was and Amy was doing it on the app because I would never be able to figure it out. So she did it on the app, and we looked at which rides really wanted to go on, and we worked our schedule around those rides. Did those rides? Had a couple rides that were short wait, so we went over there and did those real quick, knocked those off. Then booked the popular one because that was going to be 2, 3, 4 hour eventually, and then eventually you wouldn't be able to go on because the wait would be so long and the park would be closed. So you really have to strategize if you want to go on certain rides. Amy says they're making you stay longer and down more money. That's true because you get thirsty, you want something to drink, you get hungry, you want something to eat, and you do not feel like walking all the way out of the park and going or carrying a big picnic basket or whatever with you, or walking back and forth a lot, so yeah. $25 per ride now. Yeah, that's for the fast pass, if they still do that, but that's what it was when they eliminated the free. They used to free fast pass. But it's not just Disney. It's not just Disney. Look at the excuse me, look at the airlines. If you want an aisle seat, you have to pay more. If you want a window seat, you have to pay more. If you're in coach, not in first class, in coach, and you want the first 10 seats, you have to pay more. If you want to be one of the first to board, you have to pay $25 extra. It's not just Disney. They're all becoming greedy guts, if you ask me. I mean, who heard of, because I want an aisle seat, because I don't want to sit in the middle all scrunched up, I have to pay 25. They should even do away with the middle seats. But no, I have to pay $25 extra, 30 or whatever, not to sit like this for 5 hours. I mean, how crazy. And then they've reduced the leg room. So, and don't talk about Spirit. I don't even want to go there. Ooh, I would not. I was going to say I wouldn't take Spirit if they paid me, but I take it back. I would take it if they paid me, but they'd have to pay me at least $5,000. $5,000 would be my rate to do a Spirit flight, and then I couldn't do a flight more than 2 hours. Anyhow, so that's never going to happen. Tara Lee says, I have near the Motor City, we have fireworks in local communities, and a few that are huge like Detroit. Used to be unsafe now to me, but I'm older and much wiser. Yeah, you have to just be careful and know what you're doing and where you're going. You don't want to end up in the wrong place. Shara says, Jamel, we aren't leaving the state. I love Washington. Hey, Photo Girl says, Photo Girl Nomadic says, hello from Texas. Hello, hello. Amy says, I don't think I would. Lava Lenny says, gotta go, moving the van. Happy New Year. You too. And we'll see you at 5 o'clock on your live over at Lava Lindy. Well, you know what? Holy moly. We've been on for over an hour and 40 minutes. We've got to go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. It's just been so fun having this live with you all. Oh my goodness. And hearing, let me see, Tyra Weiderman says, I would freak out at Disney with all those people. Yeah, that's what some people were telling me, that it is a little bit anxiety causing all the people, because at night it got really crowded. Keeping Up with Colorado said, I had so many good times in Oakland at the Love Center Church. Oh, down at East 14th. Yes, I know exactly where that is. Keeping Up with Colorado. I know exactly where that is. Oh my goodness. That's the one. That is the one down East 14th Street, right? Where the Holy says it was beyond crazy. We walked 8 miles while there. Did we walk 8 miles? Oh, because Amy has one of those those things that we walked 8 miles. Oh, I got to get on the scale. I should have lost some weight if I walked 8 miles. Oh my, we walked 8 miles? Wow. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. We walked 8 miles, folks. Oh my goodness. I got to give you a call. Amy. Mark H says, I bought the winning. Oh, you bought the winning Powerball ticket. Hopefully they will try the right numbers. I was going to be so happy for you, Mark. Oh my goodness, you're pulling our leg here. Some corporations really irk me. Yes, Terry, me too. Me too. All right, Lisa, I'm going to do a few more comments, and then I know I'm so far behind, folks, but I love talking to you and hearing from you. Lisa says, I agree, Patty. I was wondering if Carol was talking about Oakland. Sounds like Carol had rose-colored glasses on. I may have. I sure it sometimes must have been fine. Hi, Carol. Missing all my comments today. I know, Lisa. I'm missing everyone's because I'm so far behind. But I did have, I admit, I had rose-colored glasses on because you know how sometimes you see things the way you want to see them? And it was so in my face that I could not deny the reality of what was going on. And I had to say, and plus, they let the A's go. They let the Raiders go. They let the things that make Oakland go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Thank you, Judy. I hope you have a safe new year and travel to courtside too. All right. I am going to thank you. Perfect pronunciation. I'm so happy. Thank you. Where and how goes Jessica? Oh, she's in there setting up chairs for their service tonight at her friend's church. Um, we used to go to IBM Day at Disney and Knott's Berry Farm. Yeah, they used to have a free thing. Not free. It was like $44 a ticket for different group, but they disbanded that like before COVID. Oh my goodness. Paul L says no sound here. Oh my goodness. All right, well, time to go. Time to go. Yep. Mary MacArthur says, yep, right. Buy rides. Yeah, you could. You could. You could. Not anymore. Okay. Oh, you bought your granddaughter. Oh, you did buy the shirts, Amy. $87? Holy moly. I didn't know you broke down and did that. I bought one cup. One cup was all I bought, and it was $16, $18 or something with tax. But I got that for someone who helped us, and I'll tell you about something later, who helped us so we didn't spoil our trip to Disney. Hey, D Boyles, I haven't seen you in a while. Okay, okay. Well, hey, thanks, Paul. I was starting to worry. I thought my volume was off. Uh, uh, Thank you, Trudy and Shara. Okay, Disney's like Black Friday during the holidays. Oh, no, it is not like Black Friday. Oh, you mean the crowds? Yeah, but it's not like Black Friday sales. But crowds, yes, yes. Okay, and it was only 2 shirts. Wow. Yep, e-tickets. Yeah, I do remember that. All right, folks. I got to wrap it up. I got to go find Jessica, what she's up to. All right, you guys. I am so looking forward to spending hopefully not a long time, but some quality time with you on New Year's Day just to get the day started off right. At 12 noon, come over and join me, and then go over and check out Lindy at 5 p.m. Both of them are Pacific time. Anyone who's new to here, this is your first time or even your second time, could you come say hello? Put a number 1 there so I can greet you, make sure that I greet you. Yeah, you're right, Mark. It's probably too expensive. And that's why I think they would do better to charge less and get more people than charge through the roof and get fewer, I think. But I don't know what their strategies are. We'll have to see. But if you're first time in the house, would you put a number 1 so I can, hello, Cindy Crawford. I'm sorry, Cindy Crockett Bradley. Hello, hello, and welcome. Hey, Trudy Larsh. Thank you. I love Trudy. Thank you for coming in from Canada. Hey, Crystal and Lagringa. Hello, hello, hello. I felt lots of lessons in this one. So glad tonight. It's nearly over. Oh, okay. All right. All right, folks. Yes, Lord, better enjoy all you can now. Life is short and never know if it's going to be shorter. Me too. Want to make choices to enjoy life while we can. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Lisa. Okay. Remember to switch to admittance, and all the rides were included. Yeah, the only way I could afford to take my son to Disneyland was when I had friends who worked there and got us in free. Well, that's going to be the same way now, Mary, because I tell you, it's really expensive now. Who else? Okay, I'm trying to look for any ones. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to. I'm sorry. Red said it's First Corinthians, take every thought captive. Yes. Thank you, Red. That is true. Hey, Chef Santa Travels, so good to see you. How are you doing? I'm still alive, but I can really use some prayers. Oh, everyone, do say, my very good friend, Chef Santa Travels, please, God, just put your hand of healing and blessings upon him now and the rest of this year and into next year, and just touch him, touch his body, and just let us see that miracles do still happen, and just let a healing go from the tip of his head to the top of his head to the tip of his toes. We're just going to be believing that you're going to have a fabulous and a credible recovery, Chef Santa. I'm so happy to see you in the house here. Thank you so much for joining us. Kathy Isaac, hello, hello. We are all a work in progress. Yep. Yep, he that is without sin cast the first stone. Well, you know I won't be throwing any stones. Not in this lifetime. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Yes, okay. Who King's daughter says, whatever things are true, noble, just, pure, lovely, of good report, if there's any virtue and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. Yes, indeed. True, noble, just, pure, lovely, of good report. Well, I want to have good reports this year. So, all right, guys. Krista says, I'm so excited to get to courtside and see everyone and meet new friends. Me too. All right, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna be passing all of these wonderful comments. I know. Uh, um, and hit because I got to get, hey, for Granny Productions, hello. Any number ones, first time in the house. I'm trying to, there it is, a family that rolls together. Okay, uh, let's see, anyone else? Hey, Jean Bauer, hello. I hope you make it. Okay, I don't see any number ones, although I thought I saw some new people in the house. All right, if you have a channel, would you please put a big fat C up there, content creator, so we know that you are a content creator and everyone can go over there and say hello and join you and give you some support. Photo Girl Nomadic says 2024 will be my first year full-time traveling. I just started my YouTube channel. Well, put a big C up there, Photo Girl Nomadic. Happy New Year. And we'll have to go over and check your channel out. I'm home now, Carol, a little behind in her chat. Anyone, you know what? I didn't click the people who have new channels, so hit me up at gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail.com and just give me a reminder, and I'll go over and look at your channel. Because I can't hold all that information in my head, and I'm not taking notes, and Jessica's not taking notes. So before Granny likes taking the rails. Oh, that sounds fun. Okay, fasting is a muscle, so is happiness. I know that's a muscle I need to develop. Okay, so the event dates for anyone who wants to know, the women's RTR is January 11th to the 13th, and it's the regular RTR is January 14th to the 19th, and my event is going to be on the 19th and the 20th in the afternoon. Now, the RTR is going to be at the Arizona Town Park baseball field, which, as I recall, is across the street from the library and City Hall. Okay. Yes, don't forget your warm clothes because it does get very cold into the 20s sometimes at night in courtside for anyone going over there. All right. Hey, Drenda Parfit says, Carol, you posted a video on your van and spoke about your small clothes dryer. What is the brand and where did you get it? No, it wasn't mine. I don't have a small clothes dryer. I just got a 2000 solar generator. Will that be it? Wasn't me. I didn't. Sorry, I don't have a small clothes dryer. Was not me. Maybe confusing me with someone else. I think where's Tiffany may have a small clothes dryer. I think she has a washing machine, so she may have a small clothes dryer. I don't. I just use the laundromat and use the Lysol sanitizing in that brown bottle to dump in there. Okay. All right. Oh, Terry Lee, yeah, I love that movie Cocoon too. Okay, I am going to be. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. Oh, I got stuck. That's telling me it's time for me to get off. Oh, chosen child of God. Oh, you followed me when I visited Tiny Home. I know that was a wonderful experience. A wonderful experience. Uh okay, all right. I'm trying to get to the bottom of these comments. So many comments. And oh my goodness, another family that rolls together, stays together. Do-do-do-do-do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. I'm sorry, folks. And there's Elva Estrada, the $10. Whoa, am I okay, folks, I'm going to be missing a lot of comments, but I'm trying to get down to the number one. I'm going to just have to have someone help me with comments. Let's see. Let's see. I see. Oh, Valerie is in the house. Valerie Harcut Gallon. Hello, hello. I'm missing Forever One. Hello. Yes, affordable housing for everyone. Okay. Jay says, at least we have our memories of a better time. Jay, I'm hoping we're going to have future memories of a good time too. I have not thrown in the towel. I'm sorry. I just refuse to throw in the towel. And you're right, uh, Dionysus. I just saw that documentary from Finland, how they dealt with homelessness, and they have solved it with housing first, which they got the idea from the United States and then they applied it. But too many people are making money off housing programs for us to solve it because there's not a will. If there was a will, we could do what Finland did and solve our housing problem. And you know, oh, all right, all right, all right. Yes, tiny house communities are. Hey, Stomper, hello, hello. Come up to Point Richmond. Oh my goodness. And people have been nothing but nice to me. No issues at night. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Swamp Stomper. I am so glad to hear that. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. I can't say I'm just happy to hear that. Uh Patty says, before coming to Southern California to care for elderly parents, we lived for decades in the rural South and Midwest. Like they say, we're not in Kansas anymore. No, child, you're not in Kansas anymore. Okay, all right. Edward Peters is in the house. Hello, hello. You know I like to say hello to everyone. Freedom Explorer said, I saw some videos. Yes, I saw those on Finland too. They were very impressive. And see, that's part of what I have to do. I have to watch all these videos to get all this information so I can share it with you guys. All right. Yes, Caroline, glad you shared went to San Francisco when you did. Thank goodness. All right. Widow's Watch says we're in big trouble. Yeah. Yeah, we are. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, Widow's Watch, but it's time for people to stand up and say, yeah, Invisible People. Yeah, I love that channel. All right. All right. I'm still not seeing any number ones. So I am going to head on out because okay. Cipriana W. Hello is number one. First time in the house. Welcome. Say hello. You know how we go, Globies. Chosen Child of God 1. First time in the house. Glenda Crouch. Lauren Morovich. Christy Mignano. Let's see. I hope I'm getting these names right because some of these are a little bit challenging, but I hope I'm getting them right. All right. Okay, everyone. Outdoor Dash Travels. Also, when my moderators drop your links, please drop your links. And everyone, please go over and please. I have the most wonderful, wonderful moderators. Plus, Nora Keg from is go over and check out Nora Keg for Nora's channel and post up your link also, Nora, over at Etsy. 50 plus 360. There's Keeping Up with Colorado, Outdoor Dash Travel. We do tiny homes. Oh, 50 plus live 360 tiny homes. I would be interested in seeing that. Anyone who wants me to check your channel out, you're going to have to send me an email because I will not remember all this. Chosen Child of God is working on their channel. Okay, okay. I hope you can make it to one of the events too. Dogs are our best friend. All right. All right. All right. All right. Hey, Charlene. I think, all right. Any content creators? All right. I know Keeping Up with Colorado is a content creator. Redheaded Riding Hood is a content creator. Her shop is Artworks by Nora Keg .etsy.com, and that's Nora NORAK .etsy.com. So look at that and go hit on that and go over and check out Nora's artwork in Etsy. It's beautiful, just beautiful. Whew! All right. This has been a long one, hasn't it? Oh my goodness. Well, it won't be this long. I guarantee you on New Year's Day, I'm going to toast a little bit, maybe have a mimosa with you guys and just toast in the new year. All right. Love each and every one of you. Hope you have a having a great holiday season. And if it hasn't been what you would want it to be, I hope you're able to adjust your mind and think of good thoughts and look forward to a better year coming up. All right. I'm going to take off my glasses now that I don't have to see anymore. I hope that I will see each and every one of you. I have some videos. I'm going to be coming out of the gate, hopefully strong next week to make up for doing nothing this past week, hardly. But I am going to share some things next week. All right, folks. Love you. Let me see if I can get signed out of here. All right.